everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, and I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I thought I would sit down today and just have a little chat with you about 2023 and for looking forward to 2024 and just kind of my reflections and my aims and my goals and all of that. I've done one of these videos before, not that I've rewatched it. It was a couple of years ago and I have no idea what I said in there and I have no intention of finding out. I do not watch my videos back unless they're like Disney World vlogs or our wedding vlog or like birth vlogs. I've watched those here or there. But anyway, first of all, I thought I would talk about some of the highs of 2023. The first and most obvious one is obviously having our little boy Otis. He will be 6 months on the 11th of January, so time has flown. And yeah, I feel like obviously the first half of the year was just growing him and getting through kind of pregnancy with a toddler, which, whoa, was that different to a first time pregnancy. And then obviously having him in July and just kind of adjusting to life as a family of 4. It's been an adjustment, but it's been amazing. He's so lovely. He's definitely a like clingier baby than Buzz ever was. He definitely wants your love and attention all the time. Even if like he breaks eye contact with you, like sometimes he's okay if you're sat like not holding him, but if you look away or like go to stand up, he just doesn't love that. So yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment, trying to kind of, you know, meet his needs and obviously meet my toddler's needs as well. But yeah, that's been the biggest highlight of the year, is having Otis. And then obviously just watching Buzz just grow into like the sweetest little boy. He is such a delight. He is just lovely. He's definitely getting a little bit cheekier the last couple of months, and like he started to do this thing where if he wants to do something cheeky, he'll tell me to go upstairs. He'll just go, "Mummy, go upstairs," or "Mummy, go in the garden." And then it'll be because, and then you'll see his eyes like look at the thing he wants to do that he shouldn't do. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's so funny. Or he'll close his eyes and he thinks you can't see him. Things like that. And yeah, so he's funny, he's cheeky, but he's just amazing, and he's so good with Otis. He's been so helpful. So just watching him become a big brother and watching their kind of bond already start to develop, and I know it's just gonna just be so lovely to watch as they grow up. So that's kind of been the best thing for 2023 for me. In terms of like my actual self and my personal growth or goals or aims and things I've achieved, honestly, I feel like, as sad as it sounds, I don't feel like there's been loads that's kind of that I've done for me that I'm proud of, or that's been like a huge thing. Pretty much just having Otis and keeping us all going, and you know, just getting used to this family life as a 4 has just been my biggest achievement. I've not done anything outstanding, which, yeah, is that bad to say? I don't know. Maybe next year will be more my year, but this year I feel like has been the year of, yeah, growing a baby, bringing the baby into the world, and just doing that and looking after the home and, you know, things like that. In terms of my kind of career, as you guys will know if you've watched my channel before, I do have a small business called Made of Stars Co, which is currently shut for orders because I am on maternity leave, but hopefully that will be changing in the next couple of months. And yeah, that has gone well. Not as well as previous years, I have to say. Obviously we're in a different financial situation now. My products have had to become more expensive because my materials have become more expensive and people don't have as much money to buy things. So it's definitely been, I know that's not for all small businesses. I know some small businesses and businesses in general have absolutely thrived still in this time, but I do also know that lots of us are struggling. So yeah, it's not been as good as I would have hoped, but given the situation, I've still had some really great orders, and yeah, still really, really grateful for any support that my business receives, whether that's like, you know, liking a photo, sharing a photo, linking my website, and you know, all of those things, making orders. Obviously I'm so grateful. So to any of you that have supported my my business, I really am grateful, whether that is my shop or even over here. So for YouTube stuff, I feel like it's been quite a good year. Like, I've not grown massively in terms of my account or like my following, but I feel like those of you guys who do watch are so lovely and always send me such kind messages over on Instagram, and I just really have felt kind of the love and support from you guys. And yeah, I've had some cool brand stuff this year, which is mad because I'm so small. Like, this channel is tiny in comparison to like the whole YouTube world, and my Instagram is also so small compared to, yeah, everyone else. Like, I don't know how or why, but I've worked with some really cool brands this year. Love Every, who are a great company who I absolutely love working with. I've done some kind of content for Boohoo. I've done some content for Toby Carvery, for BookBeat, for VTech and Leapfrog. Who else? I just feel like it's been a really great year. Joey, I'm awful at remembering how to say that, but the baby brand for car seats and baby carriers and things. There's just been some really cool yeah, brand stuff. And then near the end of the year as well, I was gifted quite a few experiences. We were able to go to like a couple of pumpkin patch events at different places, and we did a few different Christmas events, Warwick Castle and Wollerton Lights, and we did like a cool steam train thing. We've been really lucky to experience some amazing events and activities and days out and things, and also, yeah, just some really cool brand work as well. So that obviously wouldn't happen if you guys didn't watch my videos and, you know, give me love over on Instagram too and things. So thank you so much. I honestly, I don't know how or why I've had these opportunities this year, but I'm so grateful and really hopeful that they can kind of continue into the new year as well. So yeah, that's been really amazing. I would love to be able to put more time into my YouTube. Like, I would really love to be able to do that, and I really hope I can soon, because I would love, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to grow this channel to a point where it was making a little bit more money. Like, I do make, you know, an amount, but obviously there are costs of like my video editing software and my music software and all of those little bits and bobs. But yeah, it is a hobby, but it would be amazing to continue to grow that. Affiliate links is another way that I've kind of grown and been able to make a little bit of money this year over on Instagram. So again, if you ever buy anything through those or click those, then thank you so much. In terms of the house, we've done a little bit of work on the house, nothing major. We've decorated our bedroom at the beginning of the year. We've decorated Buzz's room. We have done our driveway, like doubled that in size, which is so helpful. We've bought a caravan, which we've been stripping out and are currently renovating that. We're just waiting for the floor to be delivered, and that's going to become our home office. We are then going to use the home office room in our house to become one of the boys' bedrooms, so they'll have a bedroom each. So obviously that's going to need decorating and things, and I don't know, I feel like decorating, it sounds like such a small thing, just slapping some paint in a room, but in our house it's just not. I feel like unless it's a new build, there's a lot more prep that goes into decorating than sometimes you think. Like, all of our walls have textured wallpaper on that's been on for years and years, so it's so like hard to get off. The ceilings are textured and all of that. So yeah, we take a long time when we decorate and it annoys me, but yeah, we're getting there. I guess for like relationships and friendships, I have kind of slowly but surely been growing kind of some friendships up here. That's been something that's been kind of getting better. If you don't know, I did move up here last year from London to Nottingham, so it's just been kind of starting all over again, and yeah, finding my people up here. In terms of my relationship with Ollie, we have celebrated 13 years together this year, and we will have been married for 4 of those in February next year. And again, it hasn't necessarily been the year for us, it's been the year for our family, and I really do think it's important for us to spend more time working on us as a couple and spending more time as a couple, because it's so easy to just think about like, oh, what have we spoken about today? Oh, okay, how many poos did so and so do? Oh, did we get formula? Oh, you know, it's all stuff about the kids, and I know that is our life, but it's also, yeah, I really feel like we need to carry on working on us as well. So I think that's kind of an overview of the 2023, like house, me, the kids, all of that, like the good bits and bobs. But in terms of kind of the not so good stuff, or like things that haven't gone as well as I'd have hoped, I suppose, my mental health is kind of the biggest thing I can think of, really. I feel like I have taken a huge kind of dip in the last, I don't even know how long. I can't figure out if it was kind of since I've had Otis or if I was already feeling this way before. Obviously hormones like play a huge part in all of this. But yeah, I feel like I am struggling a little bit, and I know that I'll get through it, and I know that I'll work on it, and I'll get there. But I am finding some of the days quite hard, and it's so frustrating because honestly the boys are really good. Like, yes, Otis does need holding a lot more than Buzz did, but that is like, you know, a blessing to be able to do that. But I just think obviously up here we don't have like a village, we don't have friends or family nearby who I can just drop the kids into, like, you know, for a couple of hours while I go and do some housework, or people to pop by for a cup of tea or things like that. Just that like mental, emotional and like physical support we don't have up here. I've got great friends, but that's not their responsibility to do that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we have just been our little team. We have kind of rebuilt some relationships with family a little bit, and I'm hoping that will continue to grow. And so that's been nice. It's really important for me, basically, for my children to have family and for them to know that they're loved and supported by not just us, but by as many people who want to love and support them in our family. There have been some kind of disappointing members and situations, but yeah, I think, I don't know, I just basically getting back to it. We don't have a village. Ollie and I are just doing this on our own. We are, like I said, kind of working on that a little bit, and like opening our arms and learning to trust people to kind of help us with the boys and things here and there. But it's been, I think we've had 2 date nights this year, so yeah, not a lot, and it is a lot. It is lonely up here sometimes. Like, yeah, I've got my friends, I haven't got like a solid set of friends in our town. Like, the friends I've made, a lot of them are kind of 40 minutes away, half an hour away, and that's absolutely fine. That's not too far at all. But I just think sometimes you could just do with like people who like are a bit more on your doorstep, to just be there kind of at the very last minute if you fancy chatting to someone for a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping I'm starting to build that now, with some kind of new mum friends I'm making through Otis's baby groups and things. But yeah, it's just been, I don't know. The mornings are good. Normally we'll get out to baby groups, play dates, and then we'll come back. Buzz will have a nap, sometimes Otis will, and then it's just the second half of the day from kind of 3-4 o'clock until bedtime that mentally I struggle. And it's weird because there's nothing I can put my finger on. Like, the boys are both really good. Otis does get a little bit crankier that time of night, but you know, like, the time does go fairly quickly once we've done some playing and I've done the dinner and done bath and bed. I think something that I find tricky is that Ollie's been really busy with work, and so I never really know when he's going to be home. Like, he's meant to finish work at 5:30, and so in theory he could be home before 6:30, but that never ever happens. And sometimes he might be home just before 7, which isn't too bad at all, but other times he might not get home till much later, and then I'm doing kind of bath and bed on my own, which is fine. I know people do that all the time, but it's just the unknown. It's just like not knowing when he's going to be home, especially when, I think the hugest thing maybe is the weather and how dark it is in the evenings now. It just makes it feel like the nights are so much longer, whereas if it was still light until 9 o'clock, then it wouldn't feel like he was home late, because it would still feel like it was the daytime. Do you know what I mean? It's just that mental thing, like getting your head around it. And we're through kind of Christmas now, we're into the new year, so it'll be spring before we know it, and things will start to feel more positive, I'm sure. But yeah, it's something I'm keeping an eye on, my like mental health. I'm just feeling a little bit wobbly, and specifically leading up to my period, I've really, since having Otis, like I've always found it that I get quite bad, like PMS or whatever, but I've been feeling so incredibly low. Sorry if there's noises, by the way, there's someone over the road doing like some work outside. But yeah, when it comes to that time of the month, like the week before my period, I feel so low, and it's so insane, because I'm literally looking at the boys thinking, you are everything I've ever wanted and I'm so happy to have you, yet why am I feeling like I'm falling apart? Like, I don't know, this is deep. But yeah, I will get there, and I think I might go to the doctor and kind of see if I can get referred to some kind of therapy or something like that. I used to have that back home, but since I moved up here, I was doing well and things, so I didn't kind of reset anything up. So yeah, maybe now is the time to try and spend some time on myself and kind of improve the old noggin again. But yeah, also, you know, Otis hasn't been here that long, so it is just an adjustment and things. But I don't know, my mental health isn't the best it's been, and I have been struggling a bit, but that is that. I think another thing that falls into this as well is that I'm not like super happy physically. I'm the heaviest I've been, and the unfittest, like more importantly, the unfittest I've been. I want to have the energy to run around after Buzz in the park, in the soft play, and not feel like out of breath and things. And I do feel like I am a bit that way at the minute. Since having Otis, I've not like lost baby weight and things. I do think as well, something I need to go to the doctor about is my stomach. I don't know that it healed properly after having Otis. I still have like a bump, and I know like I am a bigger girl, so of course I've got a tummy anyway, but it's different. And like there's angles, like I used to be able to change the boys' bums in the boot, or Buzz's bum in the boot of the car, no problem. But now if I stand like that, I feel like I'm winded, like my tummy, like I can't explain, like certain angles I just feel like, I don't know. So one of my friends wondered if I had that thing where your like muscles don't go back together properly. I can't remember what it's called. I do, but I don't know how to say it, so I'm not going to try. So I don't know whether to try and go to the doctor about that, but it's so hard to kind of fit this stuff in. I've had a couple of like health concerns, which I've mentioned briefly on here, but luckily it all turned out to be nothing, touch wood. So yeah, anyway, new year, I'm going to get myself to the doctor and try and get some kind of referral for some talking therapy, I think. Try and get my stomach looked at. And yeah, I really want to start moving more, eating better, and just losing a little bit of weight, but ultimately becoming fitter, because yeah, I want to be, I'm never going to be a skinny girl. I never want to be a skinny girl. I'm happiest when I'm kind of mid-size, 12 to 14 like size. That is where I sit happiest and where I feel happiest and most confident. Always been a curvy girl, and I'm happy with that. At the minute, I'm just carrying a little bit extra, and yeah, I think that doesn't help mentally as well. But it's a vicious cycle, because it's like you feel rubbish, so you eat rubbish, so you look rubbish, so then you feel rubbish. You know what I mean? It's just a rubbish cycle. I need to get out of it. So that's kind of the lows, or like the neggies of 2023. But to end the 2023 chat on a bit more of a high, I thought I'd mention some of my favourite memories. So obviously having Otis was like an amazing memory. I had an incredible birth with him. It wasn't the birth I had planned, but it still worked out so well, and I'm so grateful for how smoothly that went. We've been on some lovely trips, nothing mega, a couple of haven holidays, but I feel like they've just been some of my favourite memories. The trips are always so affordable, but they're just such great fun, being able to take the boys swimming and doing different activities. They're usually by a coast, so I love being by the sea. We went away for Christmas just now, which was lovely. It was so nice to spend time with some family and things like that. We had my baby shower, which was so nice. We had Buzz's birthday and like gender reveal joint party thing, which was great, having loads of our friends and family come up to our town to celebrate with us. That left me on such like a high. I felt like my social battery was like recharged, and I just felt so full of love from that, and Buzz had a great time. I've been making some time kind of on the second half of the year to spend some time with some friends a bit more, like not with the kids. So I had a little girls' night at a hotel. We all stayed at a hotel and just drank wine and just were silly, and it was great. And yeah, just little dates here and there with some mum friends without the kiddos has been really, really good for me. Obviously being on paternity leave whilst Otis was born, and he's been taking some kind of long weekends. He booked loads of random Mondays off for the kind of weeks, months after having Otis. So yeah, some of the weeks were only 4-day weeks without him, and that just made the world of difference. And yeah, just spending some quality time with him and like building our life as a family of 4 has just been so lovely. Yeah, I think they're kind of my top highlights of 2023. For 2024 goals, I guess, as I just spoke about it, just improving my mental health is a huge one for me. Feeling better in myself. I know it's such a cliche, new year, new me and all that, but there is just something really inspiring about a new year, and it just makes you feel like, I don't know, a fresh start, a new opportunity. Things feel like they're starting to lift a bit. You know, spring's just around the corner, and for me, my birthday's in March, 1st of March, so that's always like a, you know, a new chapter as well. I actually turned 30 this year, which is crazy. We've got a really exciting trip planned, and I'm so excited for it, and oh, it's going to be amazing, hopefully. So I will chat to you more about that in another video soon. So yeah, just kind of improving things, hopefully doing more things that make me happy, and yeah, just keep me happy aside from the children, because it goes without saying that they're amazing, but I do need to do more things outside of being a mum, I think. I want to be more organised. I want to do lots more batch cooking for Buzz, and Otis, I guess, will be starting his weaning journey in a few weeks. Just being a bit more prepared, trying to meal plan, trying to, even if it's doing online food shops for click and collect or delivery, just trying to get in a bit more of a routine with that it's not always like, what we having today, or what we doing. I love HelloFresh and I love Gusto. I feel like they're both really, really great options for when I'm feeling really uninspired. I'll do it for like a week or two to get me back in the cooking headspace, and then I'll pause it again. So yeah, maybe I'll pick that up a little bit here and there as well, but just starting to feel a little bit more organised again, because that used to be my thing. I was an organised queen, but I'm all over the place now. I want to be in a more secure financial situation. I feel like this is gonna be the time where we struggle the most. I'm obviously not working, we're relying on Ollie's salary, and yeah, we're a family of 4, it's not cheap. So I would like for us to kind of build our savings back up and to just feel more happy in our financial situation. And something that I've actually been considering, which if you asked me a year ago, I'd have been like, no, is getting like some kind of evening job or Saturday job or something. I do love my small business, but the thing with it that I find tricky is that obviously I work from home, so when I'm working, like whether it's an evening or a weekend, I can hear the kiddos downstairs with Ollie, and yeah, as a mum I think you're just like programmed to like hear every cry and whinge, and like, I don't know, it's so hard for me to just get in the zone of working thinking, oh, like I would do it like this, or I don't know, it's probably bad to say, but Ollie's an amazing dad, but I think there's always those times where you think, oh, why is the baby crying, like he's been left for too long, or I don't know, you know. So if I was just out working somewhere else, I wouldn't hear all that going on. Like I'd just be able to switch off and just focus on working wherever that was. And also because Ollie's been working so late of an evenings, or like having to work at the weekends or whatever, it's just, I feel like it's really hard, because my work is so flexible, it's easy for it to become not a priority. And at the weekends there'll be like, Ollie will want to do some work on the house or the car or anything, which obviously is amazing. It, you know, it needs doing, it benefits us all to have these things done, but equally I feel like I end up being quite stressed, because I'm like, oh, when am I going to get my stuff done? Whereas if I had scheduled work hours out of the house, that would have to be a priority. I couldn't be like letting them down. So I don't know whether I can implement those kind of rules for myself and say to Ollie, look, these are the hours I work, you need to be around for them. I don't know, but I also feel like socially it might do me good to get out and literally, I don't care where I work. Like, I don't want something stressful. I literally would probably prefer to work in Aldi or something like that rather than like an office job. I don't know, I find office jobs can be a little bit not the best for my mental health. The environment I can find sometimes seems a little bit bitchy or a bit, I don't know, we'll see, who knows. But I would maybe like to do that, and just so there's just like a secure income from me, because obviously doing my own thing, it's so up and down. But then part of me is like, oh, if I was able to have the time, like the set time to work, could I grow this and my business into more? I don't know, it's really tricky, but that's something that I want to kind of figure out soon and try and make a bit of a plan around. Lastly, I think less screen time. I spend a lot of time on my phone. I just want to be present more with Ollie in the evenings. Sometimes we can both sit there, we'll say we're going to sit and watch something or do something, and we'll just both end up scrolling on our phones, I think, because we're both so overstimulated from our days, or so like, you know, him from his job, me from the boys, and we end up just sitting on our phones, which yes, sometimes we do need, but I feel like we'd both benefit more from just spending time together. So yeah, less screen time hopefully, and just more presence in general. Kind of contradicting myself maybe, but I know I said that I want us to save money, but I also want us to have more adventures, and they don't have to be expensive. Like I said, Haven holidays, especially when they're booked in advance, we've been able to kind of get away from Friday to Monday for £100 or whatever. Obviously then they're spending money when we're there, but if we're doing self-catering and cooking our own food in the caravan and things anyway, it's really not that much more, and we just make such lovely memories on those kinds of trips. Quite often the signal is bad at those places, and so you're not on your phone, so you are doing other things, like you might actually sit and read a book, or you might sit and play a game and things like that. So yeah, more adventures, Haven holidays, my 30th birthday trip, and yeah, I just want to do more. I live for having little trips booked, and I love our house obviously, but I just love exploring, even if it's literally an hour away, half an hour away. I just love getting out and about and doing those things. So hopefully there's more of that this year. And then house stuff, obviously want to do the spare bedroom, decorate that. We want to finish the caravan. We would love to knock through the wall between our hallway and our kitchen to make our kitchen space bigger. Eventually we want to do like a big extension, but that's so expensive, so I don't know when we're gonna do that. But to knock through this wall and kind of modernize our kitchen and just make that a slightly bigger space, and maybe even have room for a dining table, because we don't currently have a dining table in our house, and that's something that I really would appreciate. I mean, now Buzz has got his own little table, and that makes a difference. Now he can sit at a table. I don't feel guilty. I just wouldn't want him having to sit on the sofa and eat his meals. So yeah, he's got a little table, so that's fine. But it would be lovely to have a proper dining table. So yeah, hopefully I'd love for us to be able to kind of have the money and find the time to do that. I know it's going to be really stressful because we won't have a kitchen for a little while. That is like decorating the hallways and changing all the flooring and things like that. So yeah, lots of stuff that we want to do. Who knows if and when it will happen, but it's on the list. It's kind of something we've got in mind. And then lastly, I guess like relationships, friendships, I've touched on it. I just want to keep building new friendships. I really want to find like a solid group of friends, or a solid couple of friends in my town that just get it and are just like easy, and I don't have to, you know, like low maintenance friendships, low expectation, like you can come around and my house is a mess and that's cool, like we're all just winging it. Yeah, I would really love to kind of find my people a bit more this year, and yeah, just continue to spend time with Ollie more. Obviously we've got the two little ones and they're still very little, so yeah, we're not going to leave them for long periods of time or anything like that, but hopefully just have a few more date nights and maybe even a night away here and there. And yeah, I just really want us to really work on us, because I think mentally, like when Ollie and I don't spend as much time together, that's when I struggle. Like, I don't know, I love him and I chose to be his wife because of how well we get on. And I think when you lose yourselves in the like trenches of nappies and formula and sleep and all of those things, it's like where's my husband, you know? So I really want us to kind of spend some time on that. So I think that is everything I wanted to touch on in this video. I've been probably a bit too open and honest, I don't know, but I'm always very open and honest. So yeah, that is the reflection and overview and aims and goals. I would like to, did I even mention like my business stuff? I said about maybe getting a separate job, but I would obviously love to grow this account and grow my socials and stuff and carry on getting like little brand work here and there. Like I would love that. So for that to happen, I need to be able to put time into this. So who knows what's going to happen. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have the best year. I hope 2024 is everything that you hope it's going to be. Obviously, there's never gonna be a year that's just full of ups. There's always gonna be highs and lows, but I hope the highs are way higher than the lows. And yeah, let me know below anything you want to let me know about the coming year. Have you got any goals, or if not, your favorite bits that happened in 2023? Just do a little overview if you want. You don't have to, but I'd love to just kind of get to know you guys more and yeah, know who's watching these videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon, hopefully, for another video. Bye, guys. Mwah.